Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about respiration, which is the second part of chapter 1 life processes. So let's start with the first topic, that is breathing. Breathing is the physical process in which oxygen is inhaled and carbon dioxide is released out. Like this. It's simply the intake of oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. It's a physical process that can be felt. Second is respiration. It is the biochemical process in which the cells of an organism obtain energy by combining oxygen and glucose, which results in the release of carbon dioxide and water, and the energy released in the form of ATP, which is known as energy currency of the cell. Now let's talk about the difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing is simply the intake of fresh air, which is oxygen, and removal of carbon dioxide, whereas respiration is the oxidation of food to form carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Breathing is a physical process, whereas respiration is a biochemical process. No energy is released during breathing, whereas the energy is released during respiration. Breathing is an extracellular process, whereas respiration is an intracellular process, means it takes place inside the cells. No enzymes are involved in breathing, whereas large number of enzymes are involved in respiration. Breathing is confined to certain organs and respiration occurs in all cells of the body. Now let's talk about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. As the name depicts, aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen and anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. During aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose takes place, whereas during anaerobic respiration, partial breakdown of glucose occurs. The end products of aerobic respiration are carbon dioxide and water, and during anaerobic respiration, ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide or lactic acid is formed. Now let's see the three types of breakdown of glucose. Glucose first of all breaks down into the two molecules of pyruvate in the cytoplasm, which is known as glycolysis. If the oxygen is present, the process takes place in the mitochondria and the products are carbon dioxide, water, and 38 molecules of energy are released. And there are two pathways of the breakdown of pyruvate in the absence of oxygen. First one is it takes place in the presence of yeast and the products formed are ethanol and carbon dioxide along with the two molecules of ATP. Secondly, that takes place in human muscle cells, which occurs in the absence of oxygen, and the product formed is lactic acid and two molecules of ATP are formed. Now let's talk about the human respiratory system. Here we can simply see two lungs are shown, which are the primary organs of respiration. As the diagram showing, left lung is having 2 lobes and the right lung is having 3 lobes. The respiratory system starts from the nostrils, which opens into the nasal passage, which leads to pharynx and then to larynx, which is the topmost part of the trachea, which is also known as windpipe. Trachea is lined by the C-shaped cartilaginous rings, which helps them to avoid collapsing of trachea in the absence of air in it. Now the trachea divides into the bronchus. Right bronchus opens into the right lung and left bronchus opens into the left lung. Here's the longitudinal section of lung. Here we can see that each lung is bounded by two membranes, which are known as pleural membranes. Between these two membranes, pleural fluid remains filled, which protects the lungs from wear and tear and any kind of friction, because that is a soft organ of our body. Then when trachea divides into bronchus, there are three types of bronchus: primary, secondary, and tertiary, which ultimately forms bronchiole. And bronchioles open into a balloon-like structure, which are known as alveolus, and plural is alveoli. These are alveoli. These are balloon-shaped structure where the actual diffusion takes place. Thank you for watching.